beautiful friends. I would like to introduce you to Christian Grey. Oh, no. We started this book club to stimulate our minds. From what I hear, this book is quite stimulating.
First of all, I love the movie. I think it's very funny, it's very uplifting and charming. And what would you like people to think about the movie when they, leave the theater and go home?
I would like them to be less afraid of getting old, because they realize, you can be an older person, older woman in particular, and still have robust friendships and even relationships. And, it can be fun.
Yeah.
And so I think that's important. Also, the importance of women's friendship. I hope people are going to come away saying, I have to bolster my friendships and make new friends. How important is that?
Yeah, like we see in the movie, sex is still such a huge taboo, no matter what age you are. And why it is such a frightening concept for people that, especially women, can talk about sex, their desires? Why do you think it's happening still?
In this country,
Yeah.
because it's not in Europe.
Well, it is in Poland.
Is it? It's a Catholic country.
Yeah, very Catholic.
France is a Catholic country too, and it's certainly not taboo there. Well, the United States was founded by Puritans, and there is a strain of Puritanism that still runs through this country. We should assume that sex is just a normal, everyday part of life, and make it as healthy and beautiful as possible, and not make it some, dangerous, scary thing to talk about, or, I don't know. I hope maybe this movie will play some small part in that.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, what's that? That's not mine. I've never seen that book before, honestly.
This is nasty.
By the way, have you read all the Grey books?
Only one. I read the first one just because I wanted to see what all the fuss was about, and
Yeah.
I'm glad it was written. I think it was good for people in this country. But I've read really good erotic novels, so it didn't like the story of O.
Okay. I read in production notes that you did a very complex research for your character. Is that your usual routine for the movie, or that was just an exception?
No, I always try to, my character is scared of being vulnerable. She's scared of having her heart broken, so she keeps it to herself. She has a lot of sex, unlike her friends, but only with men that she doesn't really care about. And I had to figure out, why does she that way? What made her that way? So I had to create what we call a backstory of her life when she was a little girl and growing up. Why was it important for her to be successful and have money and own a hotel and all that? So, I've done more in other films than this film. But I enjoy doing that, yeah.
What I admire about you is that we all know you as this beautiful, glamorous woman, but you are not afraid to show off on screen with no makeup on. Like in a book club, there is a scene, I would call it like the day after, when you
Right.
have this train wreck look.
Yeah.
And was it always that way, that you didn't give a ish, or?
I've always been that way, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just don't care.
I think it's, there are certain responsibilities being famous. And in the days of social media, I think one of them is we have the opportunity now to demonstrate to people, I look really good. And guess what? It took 2 hours and very talented people to do my hair and makeup. And the lighting is really, really good. Thank you very much. Do I look like this every day? No. So I post pictures on my social media that show how I was in Portugal and my tooth came out, and I posted a picture of myself with no tooth, or, stuff like that, because we're just like anybody else, except that people are paying attention to how we look. So when we're public, we look really good, but it's not really how we look.
Was it fun to work with all these fantastic ladies? Like, spill me some behind-the-scenes stories.
Yeah, it was. I think it's one reason that we all wanted to do the movie, because we wanted to get to know each other. None of us had really known each other or worked together before. And it could have not been so great, because if one of us was a diva, you know what that means. Yeah. And had a big ego and wanted to be the most important. But the minute we realized that wasn't the case, everybody could relax and kind of let down and just have a really good time. We shot in a house that had a big garage. So in between scenes, we all gathered in the garage and told stories. And, Candy Bergen and I go back. She had a famous father. I had a famous father. We have a lot of stories. Mary turns out to be a musician. She has, I mean, everybody's got stories.
Well, I would love to be there with you and hear all the
It
stories.
was pretty interesting.
I'll give a little bit. I'll give a little bit of
I can't believe you put Viagra in my beer.
Enjoy your night.
You too.
Thank you.